today I'm adding a UPS to my Openmediavault file server. Now, I've had it on a UPS, but quite frankly, that UPS wasn't intelligent enough to communicate with my Openmediavault server. So if I had a power outage, I would have to manually shut down my server. The way I'm going to set this up is I want the UPS to let my server know when its battery is getting low and send the shutdown signal. And that should help me out when I'm not here if I have a power outage. So I'm using a CyberPower CP1500 AVRT and an Openmediavault file server. Now, one thing I want to mention is I've had surge protectors on all my electronic equipment for a very long time, and surge protectors only do so much. They really only protect you from power surges, but they don't protect you from under voltage during brownouts. And quite frankly, that is what has been the thorn in my side. I live in a hurricane-prone area, but not only that, with the age of some of the power poles around here, transformers blow, and it can cause brownouts and other issues, and you just don't want to risk your equipment. So if you're only using surge protectors, I highly suggest that you go ahead and put your higher end equipment on not only just a battery backup, but something that'll provide continuous, constant power. Now, this Openmediavault is on a desktop that has a 500 watt power supply. I'm also running an iMac 27-inch off of the same circuit, so I'll be in the same UPS, and as you'll see later, it's not even close to overloading this UPS, so I'm very happy about that. In Openmediavault, you need to go to OMV Plugins and install their plugins list. Now, I would avoid using Donald or Glass repositories due to the fact that those are for unstable testing and experimental. I stick with the stable releases. And then in the plugins list, you'll want to go down to Openmediavault NUT or Network UPS Tools and make sure that you install. Once it's installed, you'll see this green check mark, and then we can go under Services to UPS. Now from here, you want to enable UPS by just clicking this box, and then we need to tell the driver how to communicate with our UPS. So in this case, I'm using USB. So driver equals USB HID -UPS, and I'm just going to set the port to auto. It's smart enough to figure it out, and if I ever move my server around and I stick the USB in a different USB slot, it won't really matter. Now, the shutdown mode that I'm setting is not when the UPS just goes to battery. I want the server to stay up until the UPS reaches a low battery signal. So that's where I have it set. Once you have these settings, you click OK, and then we can go down to System Information and verify that our Openmediavault is now communicating with the UPS. So you go to the Services tab, you go to UPS Service, and you'll see all this information came out of the UPS. Now, load is something that I'm very particular about. Personally, I never want to get over 30% load on any UPS. They run cooler that way, and they seem to last longer, so that's my goal. So right now you can see I'm anywhere from 15 to 20% load, which I'm happy with. And you'll see that the output voltage is very clean, very straight. My input voltage, however, has just some small variations here. Now, if I had some large deviations below 100 volts, there would be signs to me that I need to either call the power company or get an electrician out to my house. That being said, in the past, I've had issues with, when we have thunderstorms or hurricanes or anything like that. I tell everybody in the house, turn off all the computers, turn off the TVs. That hasn't stopped one TV from getting fried. That hasn't stopped garage door opener control board from getting fried. It hasn't stopped a desktop power supply from getting fried. And what caused those is after the power came back on, kids in the house say, hey, power's back on. I can plug everything back in and turn it on. Well, unfortunately, as they turn the power back on with each grid, when they activate a grid that's been off, you'll get power voltage changes in the grids next to it. So basically, it'll brown out a little bit as they turn others back on. And those brownouts are just as bad for your electronics, and quite frankly, surge protectors do absolutely nothing for you when that happens. So if you've invested, a good $5,000-$6,000 into your editing equipment for your photography, or you have a nice home entertainment center, or whatever the case may be, getting on a clean, power regulated UPS is the way to go. I hope this has been informative and helped somebody out with their Openmediavault. If you haven't checked out Openmediavault, you can go to openmediavault.org. And Volker has built that for all of us, and it's free. I highly recommend it. And please subscribe to my channel, and thank you very much for joining me. See you next time.